Change is defined as the long-term shifts in temperatures and weather patterns. Some of you all may better know this as global warming, but the case is that global warming is just the tip of the iceberg of this tragedy. Greta Thunberg is a now 19-year-old girl from Sweden who rose to fame in 2018 when she was only 15 years old for her passion in all things climate change and for her braveness in standing up for what she believes in.
You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words, and yet I'm one of the lucky ones. People are suffering, people are dying, entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you!
The video just shown is a clip from Greta's famous speech in front of the world leaders at the UN Climate Action Summit in 2019. If you couldn't already tell by the sound of her voice on the brink of tears, Greta is very passionate about this subject, and it was really hard for her to get in front of all of these famous leaders and discuss her beliefs with them. Greta suffers from an autism spectrum disorder known as Asperger's syndrome, in which one of the traits of this disorder allows for the person affected to hyperfixate on one subject and make it their life, much like Greta has with climate change. Greta is from Stockholm, Sweden, and got her start in the activism business by learning about climate change through videos shown at school. She's the daughter to Melina and Svante Thunberg, who both work normal jobs and live a somewhat normal life in Sweden. She went to school and was on track for this normal life until her rise of fame in 2018, which made headlines. Greta began her plot for revenge for our Earth by starting what is now known as Fridays for the Future, a protest in which she would miss school on Fridays and sit outside of the Swedish parliament with a sign that reads, "School Strike for Climate Change." Greta at the time had missed over 3 weeks of school protesting in front of this office for climate change. Greta is somewhat of a prodigy. She has given speeches at the World Economic Forum as well as the European Parliament and in front of the legislators of Italy, France, the UK, and the US. She spoke at the UN climate event, and there was a chartered emissions-free yacht that took her to and from this conference, avoiding all global warming causes. Greta founded and created Fridays for the Future, a protest in which people take place protesting on Fridays all around the world for climate change. She is a legacy and is known for her strides to change global warming at such a young age. Her influence on climate change is known as the Greta Effect, given to her by Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro, who called her a brat in 2019 after words were spoken at a conference about her passion. Although it may seem that Greta has had it easy and not faced any backlash, being called a brat by a country's leader is not something for the faint of heart. Greta's autism disorder has also set her back quite a bit in that it makes it harder for her to communicate. She has faced a lot of backlash being seen as a little girl, and yet she may look, even act, and be the age of one. Her mind is far beyond that. Greta will be known for her legacy of Fridays for the Future and cherished in reaching her goals that have made her famous at such a young age.